Okay, so welcome back everyone, welcome back to Atlantic Fleet Kriegsmarine Battle of the Atlantic campaign, the second engagement for the current turn, week 2.5 December 1939. This time it's in the Azores. We have the Graf, Spee and the two light escorts, so two light cruiser escorts, Köln and Leipzig, engaging the Vanity Destroyer, V-Class, and three large freighters. It's morning, so it should be okay, but they do have the initiatives. Let's see what they do, shall we? So I should find out now light cruiser. Okay, so we've got the Graf Spee. Well, the last of our two remaining out of the three we started with, the pocket battleships, the 611-inch cruisers. After the Spee was sunk. Okay, she's got 611-inch guns, 8 5.9-inch secondaries, 8 21-inch torpedoes. She's got full load of torpedoes, shells, and secondary shells. She's got two aircraft as well. Okay, go to flank. What do we have? How close are we? I think we'll take the Vanity out first. Let the two light cruisers deal with the freighters. 11.3, 15,719 yards. Okay, 11.3 degrees. Where's the wind? Just coming across, like it's quite stiff, it's quite a dark blue arrow. But it's not directly across. And these are living in shells. And we're not that far away. So I'll deflect slightly, see where these land. Whoa. Not quite enough deflection. Okay, while these two close on the freighters, I'll let them fire on the destroyer as well. Actually lets me. Can I select that, please? Oh, thank you very much. Rather awkward. Okay. Making 17 knots. 20.3 elevation. Going to need a fair bit extra deflection anywhere. 20.4. 5.9-inch shells. So the Graf Spee's 11-inch were slightly off deflection. These are half the caliber. Since won't let me move it properly. Okay. Let's see where these land. Ooh. Off deflection and slightly short. $15.2. Okay, I've got 15.2 elevation. Deflection is somewhat trickier. Well, a fair bit closer than the other light cruiser, but it's at a different angle as well. Go for a little bit more. Still short. You know, at least they're polite enough to miss as well. Make a half-rudder turn to port. Okay, it says 22. What? Oh, 10.4. What am I looking at? Looking at torpedoes. Okay, 10.4. The last time they was actually just on. There was slightly off deflection, which is about there. So I'm going to go a little bit further. We are a little bit closer though. And I'll switch to HE shells, which I should have done in the first place. Still short by about 0.1 degrees. It's a good idea to deal with the escort first. 20,000 yards. We'll go a lot further. We're not that much further away than the Graf Spee, but we have got lower caliber guns. It says 23.3, which is very strange because we're actually closer, and this says 2 degrees down, although that is actually estimated as well. We've got a 23. Hitchy. Ooh. Oh my word. Yeah. Fairly long range shells, quite a high trajectory, and it's gone through their deck armour. Not that destroyer's got much deck armour anywhere. Turn the camera around. Well, these were short by about point. It says 15.2. It would be green now. Well, a lot closer by about 7,000 yards. It's got to do play for the wind though. About there. Looks good. Slightly over. Oh, she's making smoke, the dirty devil. Phew, that's not cricket. Another half turn. I'll take it we've closed slightly, so I'm going to come down. Although we was slightly under before. Yeah, I'd say about oh, miles out. Yeah, we're not much closer, really. Let's see where we started the battle. She was here, there, we was here. Graf Spee and our 2 light cruisers. Doesn't look that far. So it was the cull that caused the damage, not the Graf Spee. Okay, I think about we are slightly closer. Now to 22.8. Ooh. Well, a lot closer. So we overcompensated for windage, wind and range. Contact is green where we were. So that's a bit strange. Okay. Yeah, I mean, she's turned away. Ah, another pot shot. Smoke is off now. Making 5.5 knots, 8.6 degrees elevation. So it is going to be short. Slight deflection for the wind, not much, 12,000 yards, just over. I knew it, the short. I'm going to take all my ships back in, all my subs back in, and fire all the spotters and recruit some more I can actually see. .3 elevation. Contact 2 degrees down. She's not moving, she's moving away from us, so I would say, relatively speaking, we are about the same range as was before. But it says 2 degrees over, 300 yards over. We wasn't 300 yards over. And it certainly isn't 18.3. I'm very surprised that even if we put 18.3, they're either going to overshoot massively or under slightly. So I'm going to go for 2 degrees, which is 20.8. So I'm going to go to 21. No, I'm not. I'll go to 20. I don't believe we've come down to 18 degrees on elevation. That is just too much. Yeah, so I was exactly right. Deflection off slightly. But not by much, and these overshot like heck as well. I'm going to go down 2 degrees. Okay, we've not closed that much. Now to 13.2. Not much compensation needed. Say about there. Yeah, how lucky can you get? Oh, there we go. Yeah, so I'm going to send another destroyer back in. What a surprise. That's amazing. You can, I mean, it's practically dancing between raindrops to avoid getting wet. That is just, yeah. It's amazing. Even if you get them on target, which is few and far between with these spotters, you still tend to miss and straddle the enemy. 8.6 is 1 degree down. It wasn't 1 degree down, it was spot on. Deflection was just off. Let's have a close look. Let's say about there. That time it was down. So the Graf Spee was under by about 0.1 to 0.2 degrees. This was down slightly. They are opening the range up slightly on us, so I'm going to 20.1. Again, struggle with the shells. Marvellous. Terrible spotters. 12.2. Okay, I'm going to believe you. Got a 12.2. Slightly over, a lot closer. So, about there. There we go. That's 4 more hits. That's 4 hits on the light cruiser. Now, can the Graf Spee finally hit something, I wonder? 8.6 is supposed to be green, which it was. Deflected a lot. I won't say a lot more, but substantially more. We are closer. Yeah, so we're not closing the range at all. We should be, though. Come on. It's getting silly now. I mean, the splash record says 1 degree over. 20.1 degrees. We haven't closed the range by that much, and yet the spotters are saying 17.4. That isn't 1 degree under that, that's with 19.1. So it's saying almost 3 degrees under what the splash record's saying. We haven't closed that quickly. Now we're heading down here. She's heading up there. Okay. Deflect. Bit further for range. 20.1, which is 1 degree over, so we've got a 19.1. And let's see what happens. Slightly over, but not as under as 17 point something would be. .2 is green. That was actually slightly under. But we are getting, I wouldn't say we're getting closer by that much. I'm going to go up to 12.3. Because it was slightly under. 11,797 yards. Oh, there. Three more hits and she's sinking. Yeah, there's a massive discrepancy between what your spotter's saying and what your splash record is saying. I'm hoping as I gain experience, that might sort of reduce down. I'm hoping. Oh, well, sometimes it goes your way, sometimes it doesn't. Okay, 14.1. No need to really compensate for wind, it's almost directly ahead of our shells. And in light of that, I'm going to give a 0.2. Yeah. Kind of 14.2. There we go. And we're short again. What a surprise. $19.1. I want elevation 17.7. Really? Is that the same distance as the destroyer was? No, we'll go with it. 17.7. Deflect slightly, but not too much. We'll stick with HE shells. So slightly further away. Okay, 9.3. What's a 9.5? Because that damn headwind. And these will overshoot by about 3 miles. Let's see. No, 2 hit, 1 missed. So if I'd have gone with what the spetters were saying, they're completely being shot. All shells would have been shot on the target. You can't really judge it. But then again, you've got wind. 15.8. Yeah, it wasn't 2 degrees short. 15.8. Although they are moving away from us. Yes, we're moving like that. They're moving like that. Top speed, 17.6 knots. Okay, we'll leave deflection where it is. He's going to hit. Yes. 2 hits. This freighter's well on fire. So do we wait a few seconds or do we fire? To make an 8.4 knots, so hit it right in the air boiler room. 19.5 elevation. It's only 1 degree down. We are closing. So I'll go to 18.5. Deflection slightly. So we are closing. Yeah. 2 more hits aft. Just turn slightly. So to starboard. Let the aft turrets have some fun. .2. Says green on 8 on 9.5 there. We go to 8.4. There we go. Yeah, I think it's might just a good idea. Whoa, there she goes. It's a good idea to ignore the spotters and just go with your splash record because it seems to be more accurate. Your spotters are absolutely useless. Oh, no, it's the other way. Just slightly. 15.8 degrees. And yet it's saying 13.9. Yet we are not closing. Not by over 2 degrees we're not. So leave them where they are. Let's see where these hit. Or don't. Yeah, that was deflection off. So something tells me got two freighters, both are on fire. Go for the middle one, even though we can't actually see it. Slight deflection. 19.8 degrees. Yeah, maybe. I'll go to 20 though. And even that was short. So what's the excuse this time? Smoke obscuring the view, is it? $10.9. Oh dear me. I've got a 10.5. Leave others shoot massively, or yep, there we go. So they're under again. You can't believe a word they're saying, because they're useless. 20,000 yards. 15.8. Was that too much deflection or not enough? Oh damn it, I can't remember now. We'll go there. It was too much, wasn't it? Damn it. It'd be nice if the guns would point in the same direction when you come back to the ship. Because remembering exactly, I mean, if you've got quite a large flotilla of vessels, you've got to try to remember each, not only the direction, deflection, but also elevation for different calibers. It's not easy to do. $20,000. Yeah, it's not easy to do at all, that. He's well under. We're gaining slightly, but not that much. It says 23 degrees, that is far too much. I'm going to 21. Yeah, so 23 would be well over. $10.5 was 1 degree under, 150 yards. We are closer. 11 degrees. 10,000, just under 11,000 yards, so we'll go there. Still short. Which of these ships can't fire back? At times you make swift work of the enemy, and other times it just drags out completely. Ridiculously missing such easy shots. Now this ship is heading directly away from us, so it probably is harder to estimate the speed and therefore range. 15.8. It says 15.1. I'm going with what I'll spot. What splash records say. Yeah, so both measurements would have missed. $20.3. and yet we were short. 20.3, yet we're at 21 degrees, was a degree short, 150 yards short of the target. We haven't closed the range that far. I'm going to fire from there. Yeah, 11.1. 10,995 yards. We haven't closed the gap much. We're actually practically running parallel with them. If anything, we're actually possibly not slightly closer, maybe. Not a huge amount. Got 7.2. Three hits and she's on fire. So she stood still. And we haven't technically closed the range either. That wasn't short by that much. In fact, it wasn't long by that much. 15.8, only a degree over. It's got a 15.3. No, mate, 15.8 was over. 14.5 according to the spotters. No reliable there. So as my deflection instead. $21. $11.2. It's an 11.1. Yeah, I don't believe a word you're saying. Go to 11.3. Because they were still short. About their deflection. That's better. So if I believed the spotters, I would miss every single damn target. Ah, dear me. Yeah, it sort of drags these out. Drags these battles out. She's still stationary, so we haven't closed range. Slightly more deflection. Come on, let's finish this off. 2 hits. Which one is that? Look, that's the Graf Spee's target done. Finally. So 2 light cruisers target is still there. 21. Come on, finish this off. Okay, 10.6. I didn't overshoot by that far. This is 11.4, no splash record would be a kit. But I don't always get the closing distance right as in your closing range. Okay, we'll try that. Come on, let's do this. Let's finish off. There we go. Pretty bad targeting. I've got to just go with a splash record rather than going by the spot. Spotters are okay if you haven't fired already on that target. Just get your splash record coming up. But once you've got that, you don't need to go by what the spotters are saying. 15.2 degree elevation according to the spotters right now. So it's slightly under by 0.1. Let's point right at the target. It's going to get blown slightly, but not that much. Okay. Okay, so she stood still. I'm not going to fire. I'm going to get some gunnery practice with the Graf Spee. Now they were slightly over. Oh, she's gone anywhere. Oh, it's good job I didn't fire. That's okay, so the fire got out of control. Ah, dear me. Okay, so that is the Graf Spee and the two light cruiser escorts. So that's destroyer and well, a collection of freighters. Yeah, it dragged out that. So Graf Spee undamaged, the Cone light cruiser undamaged. Leipzig slight damage. I can't see one shell causing much damage, to be honest. So the entire convoy, 3 large freighters and the Vanity, 1,300 for the Vanity, and in Renown, 25,200 for all the freighters. Phew. Okay, well, I'll leave these on station anyway. The Leipzig hasn't taken down that much damage. One single shell is not going to cause that much of a problem.